Welcome to final round, and this time it is coming from the free-to-play account. The account which is more relaxing than grandmas at a yoga class. So hopefully, without the pressure, we can do pretty well. And we've still got Hamilton and Leclerc because, by God, we're not getting anything better. And that is the car that we're running as well. So pretty similar to what we were running in qualifying last week. But how do we look so far? That's the key. And 4 races in, 81 points. Compared to yesterday then, you can see there, 67 points after 4 races yesterday. And we've moved up now into 81. So we've got a long way to go. I mean, it'd be amazing if we could double that score, but potentially aim around P4 with some big players still to go. But here we go. Free to play fun. Strap yourself in because it's about to get pretty tough here in Suzuka. Here we go then. Let's kick it off. Try and get some big points. In a chance of rain, we get a wet qualifying. We could do with some changing weather to get us some big points. We need that little bit of luck on this account because otherwise this could be pretty tough watching, and it doesn't look like we're going to get any luck either. I'm going to have to do, I think, a 3-4 and a 4-3. I think it's just got to be the case, and I'm going to use Cuppa on both. We can do 4s on both of them, but it's going to be so hard to keep the pace up with the AI. We definitely needed that bit of rain. So it's lights out from the back. Leclerc and Hamilton, you could argue that they've probably took a penalty to get there, but nope, they're in an AZW F1 racing car, which is slow as hell. And we move up to P19 and P20 initially. And it's a bit of a carnage. I mean, everyone wants a bit of our car. Well, don't blame them, it's a beast. And this is going to get carnage as well. It's going to be like leaving the supermarket at rush hour as we go in there. Come on, get the super glue off the tyres and let's start. But P17, after the shambles of what this track is at the moment in terms of that corner, yeah, it's like waiting for someone to do, you know when you're at the supermarket and you're waiting for someone to come out of a space and they can't quite do it properly. Yep, that's what we just saw there. Most annoying thing in the world. You just sat there looking like a lemon. So, as we have that piece of fun, let's try and focus ahead. Sargent in the Williams. As De Vries, showing his worth, comes flying back round us, and Leclerc nearly lets Hulkenberg through as well. Hamilton lets Zhou Guanyu through though. And Leclerc lets Hulkenberg through. I mean, we didn't want them positions anyway, did we really? Let's push, and we lose to Albon. We're going backwards as the rival comes in. So a few pit stops already, but we've got to stick to this one stop because it's just going to be so slow to even do 2 stops. A lot of hards out there, a few softs as well. And we're going to come back in here, and we're just trying to earn that power unit. Gets chaos at this corner again. Not for Hamilton though, he's that far back, he doesn't get caught in it. As Leclerc now has Verstappen in his mirrors, which he hasn't had too much this season. And we'll come in to the pits. Hamilton though, looking okay because he'll come back and go on to the mediums shortly. But he gets a nice jump over a few cars. We've got Russell just coming out there. And Leclerc loses out to Verstappen, which he's done all season. Can we pit exit trick? Not to our liking, as Hamilton trying to get past George Russell does the job. Sets himself on Bottas, can't get through. So Leclerc's closed the gap. That's the main thing. We want to jump as many cars as we can. And we also need to make sure we pit with Hamilton. That usually helps round an F1 track. As we try and keep hold of the power unit. And we'll come into the pits from P16. Not easy going at all. Leclerc down the straight. It's going to get a few positions. Not many though. As Hamilton comes out. P23 and P20 with no real pit stops ahead that are actually going to help us. So we've got to do this completely on the track with not a lot of power unit either. What a tough track it is out here in Japan. Still got 3 laps though, well, including this one, just about to end now. We got the rival on hards. Hamilton's closing the gap, not by a lot though, as he comes down the straight. Leclerc will make 1 position. Hamilton, we can push a little bit. And what points are we on at the minute? It's a very lowly 9 points, and I feel like that's going to change now because Oscar Piastri and that rocket ship of a McLaren says, see you later. That was quite easy, wasn't it? And now we've got Leclerc and Hamilton coming up besides each other. We'll try and get them through. Rivals pushing. And if you didn't know, these rivals don't lose too much tyre wear when they push, these AI rivals. So it's pretty hard work. We're going to keep him pushing though. And just keep pushing. We've got to keep this bot behind. We're not going to get many more points, are we, at all? We're on 10. We're in double digits. That's good, I guess. We're going to about to run out of power unit as Hamilton gets swept around the outside by Hulkenberg. Not good at all. We need some breakdowns, but I don't think they're going to come at all. And it's going to be hard going to get any more points out of this race. We're pushing Leclerc. Leclerc's about to just hold that position. Can Hamilton get through? He can, and we get De Vries on the line. And we do get an extra point. I said every point matters, and that is a very difficult 11 in Japan. The next race is one that comes from Bahrain, and this used to be a pretty decent track, and at the minute, with the update 29, it's a little bit more difficult. So we're going to pray for some points, especially after that 11. Yesterday we got 19 in Japan, but we had rain, so that's the difference there. We've got hot weather, 33 degrees, coming in at some point as well. So I'm going to do 2 laps with Hamilton. I'm going to try and do an undercut. And I'm going to do 3 laps with our main man, Charles Leclerc. So we'll put Cooper on both. So worst case scenario, 3-3-2 Leclerc. Minute 40, but that weather could change very quickly. Let's keep an eye and see if we can creep out some lap time under these conditions. So, decent start. We're away. And Hamilton sneaks one up the inside of a sleeping Haas. And usually they're a pain in the Haas, but not at that point, as Hamilton goes straight through the middle of a block of cars. Finds himself in P12 as Leclerc gets stuck in another sandwich of F1 cars. And it's not my favourite sandwich at the minute, that's for sure. But, I mean, P22, we'll have to take it for now. As we cut back down, we've got Hamilton P11, weather 27 degrees, and we are going to have to pit, I believe. And look at that, nice move down the inside there. And we're going to have to cut down, well, I mean, we couldn't even hold that car back off. Everything's getting a bit conga-liney at the minute. As we come through, and we're going to pit now for Hamilton. And we're going to pit for service. And you can see there, it's just getting swallowed up by a bunch of cars. And the reason I'm pitting is I just don't think we're going to have the tyres. Look at the temperature, 30 degrees. It's creeping and creeping more and more. Now into 31. We've definitely not got the tyres for that. And we're going to cut down a little bit on the straight. So, few pit stops in. It's mainly the rival. Everyone else carries on through as Hamilton comes back out. We're going to use that initial power unit to really push and try and make up a bit of ground on when everybody does pit. Leclerc's going to come in, medium tyres. We're keeping him pushing at the moment. You can see there, P20 against Alex Albon. Hamilton, not too far away. And that's what we like. He's going to make a big jump here, Hamilton, when everybody else does pit. And in comes Leclerc now. Hamilton around the final corner. And you can see P19 comes Lewis. And out with the pit exit trick. Rival goes softs. Let's see if we can just make a position or not. We're trying. Can't get it done just yet. So a bit of a contrast to strategy. We are trying to come and move our way forward. But we also want to leave something in the tank for a bit later on. As we round the final corner. Should have a few pit stops now. We get, well, no pit stops. They all look like they were going into the pits there. And they absolutely put the anchors on. And we're going to have to then come back for some more mediums as Hamilton looks at Sargent. Forgot to look in his mirrors. And we find ourselves behind Bottas. Can we finally get Sargent? We can. We can indeed. As the Williams looks pretty fast. As he actually pretty fast in real life, but on this game, too fast for us at the minute, quite clearly. So Hamilton rounds the last corner into P15 and into the pits. Last pit stop for him. Charles Leclerc sitting out the back, watching everyone else race along. As Hamilton comes out the pits, P23. So his pit stops are done. You can see the time that Leclerc is going to have to make up at the end of this. And we're going to try and chuck one up the inside of Tsunoda. And that's what we can do. You can see in the background, Hamilton getting through as well. As Leclerc makes a move. Doesn't get it stuck, though. Stays P18. We get a push from Tsunoda. Thank you very much for that, mate. And into the pits we come. Down the straight then. We're not making tons of points, are we? That seems to be the new way on this. Looks like a one stop is very powerful, but we just haven't got the speed for the one stop. That's our problem. What do we got out there? Few people pit him, not many though. That's the issue. You see Leclerc's closing the gap. We're going to boost Hamilton out the corner. Into the last. Boost him out again. Any pit stops, just one by the look of it from the rival. And we're ahead of them. So we're gaining some points, but yeah, it's not a lot at the minute, is it? Can we get Sargent? That pain of a Williams. We've got a breakdown as well. That helps. Hamilton's P16. You can see Hamilton really fighting now to try and get through these last few cars. Hamilton has not got a lot of servicing left at all on his car. And I think that's going to be it. So we don't break down. We have got a breakdown there though. Can we catch it? We're going to try. We're going to get P15. We're going to take a Piastri that goes off pretty much the last corner as well. We do scrape by with 15 points in Bahrain. We move to Saudi Arabia and Jeddah for this race, which is race number 7 in the night sky, the light track of Jeddah. So this is going to be tough. It always is. It's tough for the main account, never mind this account. But let's just see what we can do, shall we? And we're going to go softs for Charles Leclerc. We're going to use copper because I need the race start. We're going to go hards for Hamilton. Yes, you heard it. Hards for Hamilton. Let's try a bit of unstoppable, because he probably will be stoppable very quickly in this race, Hamilton, on that hard tyre. Decent points, decent safety car chance. We need something in this race for it to go our way. We need Leclerc to not let Tsunoda pass like that. That would have been a great start. As we do manage to get into P19. We're at the chock-a-block of cars. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. But P17 already for Charles Leclerc. Hamilton on that hard tyre. Now my thinking behind the hard tyre is on the first lap, we do get a little bit of an advantage with race start. So if I can do a lap on hards, it's a bit less risk than what it normally would be. That's the method to my madness. But we approach now the last corner and let's pit. Let's get out of the traffic. It's going to be chaos next lap. So we're going to get out of that and hopefully get a nice clean stop. You can see Hamilton there trying to fend off. We lose a position to Tsunoda. That's okay. Looks like a real player potentially. And look at that. Nice boost out the pits for Leclerc. P23, P22 at the moment. As we push just a little bit to bring us that much closer. Everyone's going to be starting pitting soon. So we're going to try and push. And if we can just get a few of extra cars while they're getting all stuck together in the pits, then we'll be happy days. These two are on similar strategies at the minute as well, so I've probably played that really badly. Really badly, but I might just have to push Hamilton as hard as I can. Because we're definitely going to be double stacking. If I can get rid of Magnussen, it won't be as bad. Can we get rid of him? Look at that, Magnussen burning us away. Must be on the soft tyres. He's on the hards. Kevin Magnussen in the Haas. Crazy. And we are definitely about to double stack as well. That and both cars now on similar strategies. We're going to have to pick some pace up as Hamilton comes round. And this is not going to be good for the free-to-play. We are about to double stack quite badly. Bit of a mistake by me. Going to lose like 4 or 5 seconds. Oh, that's painful. And these are both on the same strategy now. This is not good. Not good on the free-to-play. Because if we want to push Leclerc because of his power unit, I might pit this lap with Hamilton. I'm going to have to. You've witnessed carnage. Let's just conserve down. We've got to get them off this strategy. At least if we conserve and get power unit, we're not actually that slow. This is trying to react to a little bit of a bad strategy here. And Leclerc can go round again, no problem. Poor strategy. I'm a bit disappointed with myself there. But we got to live with it. We've made the choice. I'm going to use all this power unit now and just see if we can close off anyone that pits. Because Leclerc is going to be coming into the pits this lap. We're going to come back for some mediums. No service if we can help it. And these two are going to double stack in front of us anyway. And there's Hamilton. Let's try and close up. We've done that nicely. Leclerc on the back of him now. Can't take the position. And comes in to the pits. Off the last corner we go though with Lewis Hamilton. It's just the AI. It's just us that are in the pits. It's quite funny. And Leclerc comes out. Needs to get past his hard tyre straight away. Easier said than done, but we've done it. Beautiful move. And we've just got to keep hoping that we can get Lewis Hamilton a little bit closer. And then hold on for dear life if we make any positions. Look how slow he is on the hards. Mediums on... Literally the medium on medium boost. Staying with him. That is madness. It's almost like we're going backwards. But a poor strategy by me. And we're not going to gain any more positions, look. So, yeah, points-wise, drastic result incoming here. Let's push Leclerc. We'll push Hamilton in a second. As soon as that rival gets a little bit closer. But yeah, disappointing run in Jeddah. Not good. But never mind. There's a breakdown. That always helps, doesn't it? Cheeky little breakdown. I think P19 has broke down as well. So we're going to get 2 more points out of this. And that'll bring us up to 11. Which is... it needed to be something good. No more. Look at that. They've stretched clear. But a bad strategy in the end. And we try and get some points. We save 11 points in total. The last race comes from Abu Dhabi. And after the difficult last 2 races, which are at difficult tracks, we probably find ourselves with another difficult track. What can we do? We've kind of fell away in the last few races as Leclerc gets P20, but hopefully we can maybe sneak 10th place when it comes to the end of this GP. But we're going to have to find out. We're going to do a 3-3-2 and a 2-3-3 again. We're going to push hard with Hamilton first lap, and then we'll come in on the next. So can we manage this 2-stop? Slow start and an average start for Hamilton. And a nice push through the middle like that will do us very nicely as Leclerc comes back on the second phase. Finds himself P17 and P19. And now we get the chocker block as literally Hamilton is absolutely chocker. I mean, come on. And finally we get away. I mean, that's just absolutely like a parking lot. And it's probably cost us because we lose track. We lose everyone else. Look where everyone else is compared to where we are. So I kind of feel like we get done there. And we're going to push Hamilton, see if we can gain a position. We'll just bring him closer. We're not really going to be able to do 3 laps if I continue at this pace. I'm going to push Lewis Hamilton. And I'm going to just try and get round one more lap with Charles Leclerc. I think I've got to try. And see if I can do it. Because it's not looking good for him at the moment. And I thought I'd be able to get 3 laps quite comfortably. Especially with a level 4 Charles Leclerc. And I'm going to just run out of tyres, it looks like. But I'm going to carry on as we get conserving overtake there past Hamilton. We're going to leave him on conserve. It's not a great play still, I don't feel. Not at all. We're going to leave Hamilton to run the mediums. On medium as Leclerc comes down the straight. I'm going to have to go to medium, of course, then, because we've learnt that the hard way. And into the pits we will come this lap. Can we just survive and not lose? I mean, we're losing places anyway. We might as well be out of tyres here. You can see we're down to just the 1% and we're going to run out of tyres now. But we might just get away with it because we're into the pits. Thank God for that. But yeah, so hard to finish this. We're absolutely nowhere at the minute. As Leclerc comes back out. Got a good power unit left there as Hamilton's going backwards. And we've got a safety car. A safety car to the rescue. Now, what do? We're going to have to pit. We can't get mediums because we're going to use a bit. I'm going to go hards with both cars. And hopefully this might see us. I mean, look where the safety car is already. We've got a lot of people pitting, but we're just so far away. I mean, the safety car needs to slow them down. They're all going to pit, but they're going to be back around the finish line by the time we catch up with them. And we're already out. So we're coming out now. Hopefully the safety car really holds them up. I don't think it's going to hold them up too much, is it? By the look of it. So it's going to be racing to the end. We might have got a little bit lucky. Because we've got ahead of us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars pitting. And we've also got some soft lap cars who are going to have to pit because they're not going to get 3 laps plus a safety car lap to the end. So we could be in for some points here. Mediums will last and the hards will last. Breakdowns could happen as well. And luckily, we've just got to the pack as we go racing again. Now, anybody coming into the pits, couple. So we're going to keep boosting and see if we can just keep up the pace. get past these, at least in the pits. Like you can see a lot in the pits as Charles Leclerc comes back out. Where does our Charles Leclerc come? P21. And there's a move by Hamilton past Logan Sargent. And now it's looking a little bit nicer, isn't it, out there? As I say that, as the Williams finds some speed from somewhere and absolutely motors through. And so does Oscar Piastri. And so does Charles Leclerc. What can you do about that? Absolutely nothing. And now it's just chaos round here. Hamilton and Leclerc fighting literally through the pack, getting hit by the broken down car of Gasly. And this could have been a lot better. And suddenly now we get through, but these are going to come back at us straight away. Because as soon as we run out of power unit, there you go. Oscar Piastri straight back. Just far too slow. We need that McLaren package from Silverstone. Because we are far too slow to be running hard tyres. That's the problem with the car we've got at the moment. We're trying to build power unit up for that last bit of burst on the last lap. Maybe we could have gone mediums, but I just don't think it was going to last. Especially when it's 3 out of 3. We've got one car in the pits. It is Piastri. And now we're going to try and just hold position with Hamilton. We're going to have to just pray that we can keep P18 and P20 at the minute. We need some breakdowns. Rival got lucky, pitting earlier on. And we're going to boost again. There is going to be no breakdowns by the look of it. So we are going to finish as we are. As Hamilton gets a nice move up Sargentson, but doesn't, or Sargent, I can't want to keep calling him Sargentson, Sargent. But we do manage to get him P17. Leclerc's lost a place, and it's P21. I don't know how long I've been calling Logan Sargentson, but I might have been the first, but hopefully it'll be the last. That's the joys of having a family member with that name. So, 12 points in Abu Dhabi. We've crumbled more than an apple crumble. Oh, damn it. We looked so good. It's 130 points. We are not going to keep top 10 with that score. We did improve our score from yesterday by 2 points. But look at the races, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 19, 11, 20 and 11. Today, 11, 15, 11 and 12. We just couldn't manage it when it counted. But we tried, and we tried hard. But for the free-to-play account, let's see where we finish. But at least we get through to the final. And hopefully, we can maybe just sneak a top 10 in 10th place. But most likely, we'll be sitting outside the top 10.